You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Well, welcome back to BBN Tonight. The UK baseball team is getting ready to start conference play on Friday.
To get you ready for that, we're happy to be joined by Darren Hedrick of the UK Sports Network. Darren, the Cats are set to open up their SEC schedule against Missouri this weekend, coming off a 13-8 loss to Murray State at home yesterday. You were on the call. What did you see in that loss?
Well, I think it was a couple of things. First of all, I did like how the offense had 5 home runs, so it's good to see the hitters feeling good going into conference play. In terms of the other side of it, it was a couple of errors that led to 5 unearned runs, and Murray State scored 11 of their 13 with 2 out. Kentucky's just got to figure out a way to finish those innings and limit the rallies, but it's also a midweek game, and we saw a bunch of SEC teams lose last night. Louisville lost to Eastern Kentucky last night, so sometimes those midweek games get a little wacky, so wouldn't panic too much the way this team has pitched thus far overall in the season.
Yeah, we heard from Rachel Lawson talking about how difficult it is playing those in-state teams and how you have to match their intensity. Well, Kentucky did have a successful weekend against Georgia State as the Cats completed a 3-game sweep. Their second of the season, Darren, so some good news off that before they had the loss to Murray.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, if you look at this offense right now, they're clicking. TJ Collette has homered 6 times in the last 4 games, and when he's going well, this team is dangerous. Trey Harmon has such a powerful bat. He puts on a show anytime he's up there. Austin Schultz, they call him the stick of dynamite in that top of the order. And the weekend rotation continues to get better and better. I'm excited to see what this team can do now that they're stepping up into SEC play.
Yeah, Darren, you're right. And a big highlight from the Georgia State series was Kentucky pitcher Mason Hazelwood. I was on hand for this, and man, he was just letting it fly. I mean, flashing it left and right, dominant on Saturday, striking out a career-high 12 batters. What have you seen out of Hazelwood and the rest of the pitching staff so far this year?
Well, for Mason specifically in that start against Georgia State, he established his fastball, which he's done his entire career. But he had his breaking ball working. That hammer curve was just in the zone all afternoon. Georgia State struggled with it. They swung over it a lot. And the other thing that impressed me about Mason was his ability to stay composed when runners were on base. The Panthers had a chance to score. Mason pitched like a senior would and got out of those jams. The other guys, Zach Lee and Cole Stupp, they're only sophomores, but they have experience. They're getting better. They're learning how to win. And the biggest thing I love about this pitching staff, whether it's the starters or relievers, they attack. They come in throwing strikes. They say, here it is. Here's my best stuff. Go get it, guys.
And, you know, we can't let you go without talking a little UK women's basketball as well. A 4 seed in the NCAA tournament taking on Idaho State. I thought it looked like a pretty favorable draw. I don't know. What do you think about where they're starting out down in the Riverwalk region?
Well, the Bengals are going to be the Big Sky champions coming in here. They play fundamentally good basketball. They rebound it very well, and they have 4 players averaging double figures, so they're pretty balanced in scoring. But I would be concerned about Idaho's depth in this one, Idaho State's depth. And so I think Kentucky, if they can get out and run, and Ryan Howard does Ryan Howard things, I think Kentucky will be fine. And then Iowa and Central Michigan on the other side will be tough draws. But with UConn and Baylor in that region, guys, if you can make it out of the Riverwalk, the Final Four should be a cakewalk, right?
Absolutely. And Darren, you know, this has been an issue with UK women's basketball all year long, but, you know, just points in the paint, just trying to get opponents out of there. You know, what do you feel like, you know, they need to do from this point forward as far as, you know, cleaning that up just a bit so that Ryan Howard and some of the other scorers can do what they do and get off to a great start, like you said?
Well, I think that's the biggest thing for this Kentucky team is, number one, they have to rebound better than they did down the stretch and closing out SEC play. But number 2, like you just said, they've got to figure out a way to get points in the paint. They need production. Tatiana Wyatt, Kiki McKinney, Dreana Edwards, they have to be productive scorers for this team. And like you mentioned, I think Kentucky's got to get more balanced scoring. Ryan's going to score and Ryan's going to do Ryan things, but they need more from their bench. They need more from the role players around Ryan. It's going to take a balanced team effort to advance in the tournament. And so I'm like you, I think points in the paint are critical. And the biggest thing for Kentucky is move the basketball. Don't let it just stay in one hand, and that's when you create open looks.
Darren, thanks so much. Appreciate the time.
Always, guys. Thanks so much.
Stay right there. We have more after this.
You're watching BBN Tonight.